do anything for
you.
kids. Well, how do you know that we're not?
Well, let me ask you this.
How do you know that? Actually, how do you know that we're not? You don't.
Well,
you don't know that. You don't.
but
That's fact. You don't know that.
but here's the thing is usually when you're talking to law enforcement, you have to tell the truth. Just because
Look at Athena. We was ready to Athena's stepmom. We were ready to throw her under the bus. And if they wouldn't have found out that the UPS man took her, FedEx guy, then we would still be blaming her. In some cases it is true. Look at Quentin Simon's mom. And I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, this is the decade, or this is probably the year or the past 2 years of the worst parents in the world. The pandemic wasn't the COVID; it's damn parents killing their kids. That's the pandemic right now. It seems like all parents are killing their kids right now. Look what's going on in courts, all this stuff.
Right. And just like what me and Candus was talking about earlier about the little girl, she was 3 years old. Her father FaceTimed her mother and murdered her in front of her own mother. This just happened a few days ago. And we talk about stuff like that. No way I would have, he will never even would have made it to court. It's stuff like that she says to us that, and I even tried to defend Billy Joe to Candace, and she said, no, I feel like Billy Joe is just as guilty as Leilani because she should have never left Leilani alone with the baby. I mean, I know there's
but I just see that's mixing cases when you especially when you're talking to parents about their own kid. If you start mixing other parents' cases and the parents are actually guilty, it's kind of weird, right? Like when you're trying to explain to her about a case and it turns out every time that the parent killed their kid or had something to do with it. It's kind of weird.
You really think Candace and Don would intentionally hurt their baby girl?
No, I never said that. Never said that.
What do you think happened, Doug?
I think it was an accident cover-up. I think it was an accidental death, and I think it was a cover-up because it had to be covered up because of certain reasons. And I'm not here to try to, persuade anybody here or anything like that. I'm just telling you I have my opinions of what could have happened, and I think it's an accident cover-up. And that's all. I just think that Candus, if in fact her and Hunter were under the influence, I mean, if something were to happen to Summer, they couldn't go to the doctors because if they find out a 15-year-old's under the influence of alcohol and drugs, and so is the person that's with him, that's an adult, there's a problem there.
Okay, but so if you think that Summer died on that hill, why didn't they pick up the cadaver dogs? Never picked up on the hill, nor in.
Well, let's just start here. Why don't I just clue you in on what I asked her at the beginning of this, and the one question I got out of her about the hospital is probably the biggest one, because I said that I told her that. So you left your mom at the hospital. You go to pick up Hunter, and then you go and take the Walgreens and drop off the Walgreens, right? And then you go back to your house. Well, the one thing I neglected to mention was who?
Summer.
Yeah, because she left her at home.